Hello, Reckoning7, and welcome back to Grand Tactician Civil War. We are delving into the battle for Washington. So at the end of the last one, the Federals had sallied forth from their capital, and they'd gathered up every able-bodied man they could find, mustering about 80,000 men to challenge our Confederate army of about 60,000. And that is what we're going to entertain ourselves with here. So we're on the Manassas, or Bull Run map. The objectives are Henry Hill and Matthews Hill, and we are on the defensive, which is fitting for the campaign movement. We've only got one of our armies on the field at the minute, but then the Federals only have about 30,000 men on their side to begin with as well. Both armies are reinforced in fairly quick order, just in a matter of hours, I believe, on both sides for all the various reinforcements. So our initial position has been to take a bit of a defensive line up and around Henry Hill, and then we've also kind of taking this kind of hill overlooking some of the fords and some of the rivers, because that's where we think the Federals are going to come from. So I've got kind of 2 divisions and my artillery corps over here, artillery division over here, when we've got 2 divisions, Henry Hill itself. It's spread a little thin, perhaps not ideal, and the intent is when we get the army of Northern Virginia turns up, they will reinforce wherever we see the Federals coming from. We may find they come from a variety of places. I'm not entirely sure. And we do have to watch them coming through Sudley Springs and Sudley Church in a potential kind of flanking maneuver, or if they push in forth over Poplar Ford again, that's how it would kind of outflank some of our position. But I kind of suspect they'll push probably this over these fords or up, if they come on here up this road. I think they're more likely to push over these fords, but they may surprise me. I'm certainly not trying to contest these fords directly. I think that would open our rear to too much risk of Union assault. Now I'm fairly confident our lads can get the job done. However, we do have a disadvantage in defence. The fact that theoretically they can bring the full brunt of their forces on a small portion of my line, so we'll have to be fairly mobile with our troops. But yeah, that's probably all there is to it. I had a quick look through the commanders on the Union forces that are on the field. So if you via your HQ menu and the consolidated report, you can go in and have a quick squeeze through the commanders. I was having a look to see whether any of our avatars that we put in on the Union side had turned up, but I could not see Mr. Stevens or Mr. Trolton appear, so perhaps they are yet to enlist. But that's where we are. So what I'll probably do now is I will advance time, and we will. It's half 1 in the afternoon, so I actually don't know if we'll get to combat this day or if it's going to run to the next one. Actually, let's just go 20 speed. For all the time we'll save the cut, I suspect we'll see the first Union forces fairly quickly. I should probably, I'll do actually, in good commanding sense, I'm going to set up a scout, put Sudley Church here. Just in case we've got force coming that way first. I'm not too concerned. We can spin that. I'm not even concerned if you take Matthews Hill, to be honest. But let's at least do it so we know they're coming if they come. As it stands, still only 30,000 on the field each. But in the first hour has just ticked over. Okay. There is our reinforcements. Okay, I'll give them an order. I think I'm just going to pull them. Honestly, I think I'm just going to pull them in behind. Yeah. Bring them in. We've got some reinforcing divisions so we can strengthen the line wherever the cracks appear. So to be honest, army. Mr. Johnson, probably go triple line, so you're nice and condensed. Just bring yourself up to. Well, do you know what? I'm going to put a cut in until the Federals bail, which means they'll do in a minute, but I'll be back in a jiffy. Okay, we've just had first sight of the Federals, and as suspected they are, it looks like they're pushing south over Lewis Ford. Federal armies arriving brings us up to, well, okay, a good strength of men each. So I do think they are going to make their attack against this position on Henry House Hill directly. You see we're starting to, when my troops are at Letts, you guys are all going to be fairly disorganized, and we will likely have until the morrow before the assault begins. Will give us time to reposition everyone, but let's, for the sake of argument, down and then in this general direction. So for argument's sake, let's get our cannons as they are set up here. Let's grab, actually I'm tempted to grab Hugh's division, set someone up on the flank, able to kind of, you know, if they kind of push in this direction to sweep through. Always remembering these things take far longer than you expect. That may be something worth doing. And then the other two, I think I'm just going to bring into the center. In the first place, not in a massive line though. Good sir, this is not what I want. The 5x, let's see where they turn up. The big lines behind. It's not really a position I want you in, but I'd rather you were close to the front than out of sorts. It's always a question of what percentage of my forces can I bring to bear against what percentage of their forces. Yep. We'll be moving up, and I just need to unblock the road. And again, let's go to successive lines. I suspect there will be no fighting this evening. Sherman's, I don't know what Sherman's doing actually. Well, maybe they can cross there. I would have thought they'd have to cross at the ford. I feel like with dust effect you can see from large numbers of men moving. Oh, well, there you go. Sherman is indeed fording the river. Fair play. Hopefully the men will be a bit tired. Mr. Clayton, sir. Self-moving. Open successive lines, please. It's going to be nighttime soon. And again, let's go at least, I think, double line just for you. Yeah, we're kind of, yeah, there we go. It's kind of the position that we want. We'll tidy up. Assuming we jump forward to tomorrow. Ooh, okay. Looks like these fine gents may make a push for Matthews Hill, which I don't know if I care that much about. You, however, need to get back. I'm going to try and bring you down to here. Start, and then we'll try and bring you back to forces. Do I want to split someone off to defend Matthews Hill? No, but I probably will turn around someone so they're facing Facing Matthews Hill. Alton here's good one, I think. Oh, you've only got a couple of force on you. Where's Anderson? You're a better place. Let's turn you around. I'll get you sorted into 2 lines and then we'll go from there. First. Order goes out. There's his units. They all obey. Cannons are opening their account. Oh, and these guys are having a bad day already. Excellent. Okay, into night time. Applied, all well and good. Okay, we will deploy. Yep. Okay, oh. A bit of a bug. Okay. Do best without this. Alright, I'm going to go set up my army. It's going to be fairly as it was. Reynolds I can bring back. Thank you very much. And then we can decide whether we I might set up defensive lines at Matthews Hill now. Who are we against over here? Do we know? The Army of Potomac, which has how many men? Strength report, I'm so 20,000. Sizable. We need a couple of divisions to try and hold them off. We do have the forces here. And we've got a whole division kind of guarding these fords, which may not be strictly necessary. Okay, I'm going to go away and set up my defenses and then we'll come back. Okay, so I made some tweaks to my defensive line. I brought Hughes' division forward. I said they were too far out in the flank here over at Chins, so I brought them forward to Bald Hill and just stuck a quick parapet down. Again, just to kind of refuse that end of my line. I kept Clayton's division purely as backup in the central position, and then I decided to be fairly aggressive with our defense here, and spend a lot of engineering points on a nice earthworks, fending off the Union forces here and giving them kind of an L shape to come against. Obviously, they decided they didn't like that idea, and have since run away, and will probably, I suspect, come round Sudley Church and try and take Matthews Hill. If we see them head off in this direction, I'll just reorientate this division back in this direction. We have seen some other forces over here, so maybe they'll try and push over. I don't know. These gents I don't think are in a great position, but it's all a bit of a mess right now. I'm curious as to how it's going to come out. Where the first kind of push is going to be. Definitely looks like they're heading over in this direction. Coming in via Sudley Church. So we will reorientate our defensive line, I think, with Anderson's division forming up in this nice open field. Let's use these fences as cover. That kind of position looks awesome. Thank you very much. Maybe? Can't tell where these fools are going. Alright, we'll give the order. We may have to bring them back. We shall see. I'm not sure the Federals know what they're doing. Is the number stacking up? Okay, so for full forces here. 24,000 of them. It's up to us to convince them they made a grave error. Anderson now has his orders and is moving out. Excellent. I've not seen any of them turn up this way. Really know what they're doing. Are our guns firing? Yeah, okay, they are. They're inflicting a small number of casualties. 250, not a small number actually. I will take that. Now these guns are now not in a great position. Do I think more Federals are going to come over these two bridges? Potentially. Reorientate our cannon back into these earthworks. Don't think this position is going to be as important. And the only question is, how do I want to support the defense of Matthews Hill? Do I want to pull a brigade from over here? Sorry, division. Either pull Price's division, going to shift left slightly to support. Wait till the engagement starts and then push in up along these kind of fence lines. Probably the sensible way of doing it. Or Clayton's the other one. We're not seeing much action from the Federals. Apparently they haven't got a stomach for a fight. Okay, ooh. Are you really trying to go all the way around me? It looks, I mean, they could potentially be trying to probe our defenses to get up and in this direction. What am I going to... Well, Hughes' position is being outflanked, so let's just pull back from here. Right, let's just go back to back with Anderson. This position, I think, would be a reasonable one to hold. Finesse it once we get there. Potentially want Clayton to come into the middle here, because this looks like more where they're going to make a push. I do find this positioning phase quite interesting, actually. Kind of... Well, Sweeney. Will they, won't they? Where are they going to come? Because you can push down this road, doesn't really bother me. Yeah, we'll have a bit of defense in here. I probably want more, so we could... Where's Clayton? I'm probably going to retask your division, who's been kind of sitting defense in depth. You can kind of keep that role. I think we're going to want you more... Let's do that, and then I'll sort that unit out afterwards. Anderson, I admire your gumption, my friend. Let's perhaps not stand between your troops and the enemy. Okay, well there you go, I was wrong. There was more troops coming this way. I would have been better served by keeping my cannons where they were. Yeah, we'll still be better served. Let's not do that. It's not a whole of his army I want to move. It's Garrett's division here. Our cannons back over. Marginally better position for them. This. I honestly think these guys are just going to march all the way around me. So I'm tempted to take a couple of elements of Price's brigade and start to move them over, or division, sorry, move them over this direction. Then you were a little choppy changey, because I think these gents are just going to try and swing down the road as part of the main attack. Yeah, they're definitely making a push for Matthews Hill. Sensible, we've seen it slightly more weakly defended. Wish I'd kept my cannons where they were, but there you go. Battle is joined. Some brave and bold fools. Very experienced division, brigade under Colonel Adams here. Let's have you gents advance to this front line. Oh, they're getting chewed up. Although they give fairly good account of themselves. May have been a feint. Kudos for staying in the fight, lads. Nothing else, I respect that. And they have got me to pull back my reserves, but at the same time, they're not really pressing any advantage here. Well, they are following up some infantry attacks. %30 casualties on that first cavalry unit. And first brigade's getting actually. I mean, he's going to be badly outgunned. Does have friends on the way. We are hopefully going to be threatening his flank. Let's move all of Price's division. I don't want to get too comfortable. So if I move you forward, you are then exposing your flank to these troops out here. Where's my cans about? Okay, they're going to have plenty of chance to unload into the side. Yeah, Clayton. I don't think this is a risk anymore. I want you over here. He's in good, sir. Thank you. Let's have a bit of an early flanking on there. Piecemeal attacks I will take any day. When they are the only attacks we're currently facing. Now these troops will eventually get worn down. Can you watch where you're going, please? Want to maybe try and pull yourself back over here. We'll get you on the flank before the line extends too much. And likewise, let's try and take this opportunity. Cause a bit of damage when we outnumber them. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh dear lord. Sure. Sort yourself out. This is clearly not what I wanted you to do. Oh dear lord. Right, let's not look at that carnage. Meanwhile, Federal indecision reigns supreme. Okay. Well, you just got 35 men killed, Stuart. I hope you're happy with yourself. Let's get you initiated to this position. If you don't do anything as ridiculous as Stuart is doing. No sign of the Federals over here. Let's grab the cavalry from Hugh's division under McCulloch. We're going to give you an evade order. Let that sink in. This Requin, I think, sorry, not Requin, Hugh's division, including Requin's brigade, is eventually going to come and reinforce. Let's get you all the way down to Chins as a scouting force. I think they've done a reasonable job of calling my bluff thus far. Just go there, please. Oh, Stuart losing men. I know, because you're an idiot. Okay. What's done is done. Okay, they're starting, I think, to maybe probe down here. Meanwhile, are you gents in a firing position? Not as much as I might like. That's unfortunate, but okay. That may change if they come down this line. How many men has Burnside got? 75. Well, you're... McCulloch can see him off, I'm sure. Get Braxton Bragg in just in case we need a bit of support. We might be outranged there. Okay, let's go in our way so far. Casualties, both numbers and percentages are in our favour. We have to start balancing the double act. Oh, Wallace is coming over the side of the river. So you know what, Hughes? Let's have you come down this direction, I think. We've got enough men under up here with Clayton in support. Especially as we seem to have turned this division into starting to come threaten this flank. These boys are going to get chewed up. It'd be great if you could advance to this fence line, but that's quite an ask. Those detachments are pretty annoying, actually. Oh, tell you what, there's no one else really near them. Why don't we just see them off? They're quite far away. We should be able to get in, hopefully charge them down, run them off, and then go back. Okay, second brigade there's faltering. Okay, Wallace has pushed all the way over here. Okay, meanwhile, contact is joined. I want some extra bodies over here. Who are we going to pull? Let's grab you. Come over and support. We can fill your gap in with McCree. Here as well, help out. We've got a much better defensive position. We just have to be cognizant as we take losses. Eventually something will give. So we can worry the Federals enough. Side. Commander of Hampton's Legion has been wounded. That's unfortunate. That's in here against the skirmishers. Unfortunate. Jackson, face the right way, please. And okay, this little section of fight I think is going very well. Watch we don't get overrun down here. Let's see if we can't hold this line to start with. Walk into trouble, and now we're starting to see some more Federal forces over here, but this is a really poor attacking avenue for them. It's difficult trying to keep myself aware of everything that's going on three sides. I think we have the numbers here. Push up. That. Advance as well. Try and clear out some of these before their reinforcements arrive. break the first brigade here. McCulloch's in contact. Okay. Good. You're supposed to be. Position still seems fine. They're not coming for the bridge. Let's get you shifted over here. Support. Defend the cannons. Likewise, I think you are going to shift over this way as well. Man, why you are not doing very much? That's disappointing me. You are not doing very much. Try and see them off, please. That's where this is going very well. Pressing forward, press the attack when it's going well. Ooh, Wallace has come mighty far. Okay, how are we holding? Taking a bit of casualties, but manfully continuing. Additional support. How's the casualties looking? Ooh, definitely in our favour. Excellent, excellent. Oh, it's quite a strong federal attack up this way, but up a hill we've got good defence. We've got cover on the flanks. In fact, speaking of it, even pull someone like your weapon is pretty poor. Even you've only got Springfield muskets. Pull someone down here. You're only a small unit as well. I'll do that. Guard our flanks. And break the will of their army. Okay, let's go. Let's see off these guns. This is good. Looks like we're going to just destroy a division here with not too much work. Who else is holding? Oh, this looks dangerous. Move in here. You maybe make sure you're in your lines. Thank you. Be down on the flank as well. You aren't really doing too much in this position. Otherwise, this is going pretty well over in this flank. Holding here. Come and stand. I'm worried you've taken a bit of a torturous route, so the troops are going to be tired. Okay, one is broken over here. This is good. McCrae, I'm tempted to try and swing you in on the flank, but actually looks like they're pulling out. Fine and dandy. Oh, Anderson's been wounded. That's a shame. Right, roll them up. Finish them off. Finish them off. And it looks like they're holding back the rest of their forces there. Scared of the old meat grinder. And rightly so. There goes another brigade. Rolling the line, lads. Rolling the line. Okay, we're going to make it over the river? Not really moving. No, why don't you, I'm getting further and further back, to be perfectly honest. Let's do that. Meanwhile, go on, let's get in this earthworks. I think they might be coming for you. Let's see if we can't get you some support while we're at it. Battle very much in our favour. 7.5% of the Federals lie dead, 5,500 of them. Come on, let's see off these cannons. Yeah, Sibley's having a bad day though. But they're helping us kind of hold this position, so that's okay. Leighton might need to reinforce over here, although you might lose Walker before the day is done. Okay, we can fire, we've got some rifle musks here, that's good. We don't have all our guns in action, we've got some of them. Engage. Engage. Yeah, we've lost Sildy. Fair enough. Oh, and actually disappointingly, we've lost Gladden. That's a shame, because we've done some sterling work thus far. Please see off these batteries. Seems to be fine. That's holding, we're holding in the south. I know we're about to tell you to retreat, but you know what? Let's get involved. I'm going to give you all assault orders, which is a bit odd, but it means you won't all run away. We lost... Oh, looks like we lost that to country battery fire. Okay. Another break. Come on. How sturdy can these cannons be? Hang on. Go get him, Pike. Okay, now this is a slight worry. Let's shift some units over to support. Base in this direction. You're going to have to come over and assist. So our orderlies really start to hurt. And in fact, my nice neat army lines are starting to get muddled up about who's fighting in which division. I can't believe you guys broke. That's disappointing. Oh, come on! You see, it says battery of cannon has now seen off 2 infantry brigades and a cavalry brigade. I will not have it. Yeah, this is a bit of danger, I think. Oh, actually, it's a significant amount of danger. Dr. Jones, you are just going to chill out here. Okay, we've broken Brooks. Well done, Requin. I wasn't even really paying attention. Okay, we've got a reasonable defense position on the corner. I almost actually want to pull you back slightly. If we do kind of come in, we can then try and fold in on their flank with the troops we've got here. Not that they're maybe in the best state. They bring you over here. These insane artillery divisions. Brigades, I should say. Lost half their men refusing to run. Okay, I'm just going to jump in here from post because we are unfortunately going to have to put a cut in the middle of this battle. I did record it all in a oneer and ended up running to like an hour and 20 minutes or something. So yeah, we need to take a breather between episodes. We've managed to blunt the first kind of federal push, routing an entire division essentially, but there are plenty more federals on the way, and there's a few cracks starting to appear in our own Confederate lines. So it's a question of, can our brave and bold boys hold on long enough to get the Federals to turn tail on, especially in the north there. That is a big blue crowd. So yeah, hope you are enjoying this one, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheerio!